Hey guys, Rashid here. Alright, so I'm just going to answer some comments and questions based on the key, pitch and naturals recent videos. So this is the key and pitch video, and it's from Susan, who's asking a lot of questions, and I'm going to try to answer it for you. Okay, the phrases in key and on pitch, I think I kind of described this in my own way, but yeah, so I'm just, instead of commenting on this, I'm just going to say my one, and then I'll come to your conclusion. So my one is if you're I think I replied already here. Yeah, so if you're out of key, you're completely wrong. You're not even near any notes that you're meant to be singing. Now if you're off pitch, you're only just off the notes, which is like what the first two definitions said. Now sometimes people say you're pitchy, like you mentioned in the shows, they talk about this. Yes, so that's another way of saying that you're off pitch. Using them interchangeably, it's not really right. Going out of key is very different than being off pitch. Now you might be so off pitch that someone sounds like they're about to be out of key, or sometimes people are doing both. They're off key and they're off pitch. Now that's the worst. That is the worst possible thing you can be, off key and off pitch. So how can you be off key but on pitch? So here's an example. Let's say here's an example. I'll be off key but on pitch. Ready? Watch this sound. What's an example song? I believe I can fly. Okay, that's perfectly correct. Right? Now here's an example of being off pitch. I believe I can fly. That last note was off, right? I believe I can fly, fly. Just a little bit wrong. I believe I can fly. Okay, the last note is off pitch, but the rest is correct, so I would call that off pitch. Now off key is when someone is completely on the wrong. So it's I believe I can fly, and they're like I believe I can fly, like that. That's off key, okay? But it's on pitch because the notes are still correct. I believe I can fly. All right. So it kind of sounds like they're singing, but they're not really. So what makes them sound like they're singing is the fact that they're on pitch, but they're not in key. So they're not singing the right. They're not anywhere close to the correct notes that they're meant to be singing. The correct collection of notes, like I showed you in other videos, the scale that they're meant to be singing. They're not anywhere near what the melody is actually doing. So the melodies might be going da 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 da, but they're not doing what the melody is doing. They're doing something different. All right. Yeah, that's just getting like really sort of exact as to what the two different things mean on the shows and stuff. The people that they're talking about, it depends. I'd have to hear the person, but sometimes they do use it interchangeably because, as you can see, singing off key means you're singing the wrong notes. So you could say that this person is also off pitch. You get what I mean? So in that way, it can be correct when someone says you're off key, or you're off pitch, because singing in key means you're singing certain notes. So you could look at it that way as well. So it can be looked at in several ways, but the way I like to look at it is in the context of what my students are doing. So when they're singing a song from beginning to end, I might just have to fix them because they're flat or sharp, which is off pitch, or I might have to fix them because they go off key. Now sometimes they do both. Usually my students do both at separate times in the song. So I have to address whatever they're doing. So let's say if I can see it, then I can be it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. So instead of there's nothing to it, they might completely change key because that bit's going higher. So there's nothing to it, and then they just completely change on that one part because it suddenly goes higher. So that's them going off key. That's how I would term it. All right, bit of the terminology, and that's kind of how it applies. How do you fix off key and off pitch? Is maybe now once we defined what it is, then the next part is how do you fix it? How do you fix it? Um, you have to be given the correct note and then made to move to that note, which is kind of going to go into this next topic now. All right. So hold on, let's just check me. Leaves them nothing to do to rectify. Well, it's good because it tells you what the main problem is when you're told you're off key, off pitch. So that means that that's what you need to work on. So you got to go to your teacher and just sing for your teacher, and your teacher will tell you, okay, we've got to work on your pitch and your key. So it is good that you get those words because those words mean something. So for example, if I told you your range is too limited, that would be a good indicator as to what you need to work on, your range. Now, how do you work on that? Well, that's your problem. You got to go find a teacher, or you got to go look it up online or get books or whatever that teach you about being on pitch. It's your problem. You know what I mean? Their job is not on the shows. Their job is not to tell you how to do everything. They're not there to coach you. They're there to judge you. They're not there to coach you and teach you. When they coach you and teach you in those sessions in the show, that's when they're meant to tell you that stuff. Okay. Too pitchy. Yeah, it's totally fine for him to say that you're too pitchy if that's really what you are. Sometimes I notice that they're wrong. Coaches are criticizing the person incorrectly, but too pitchy is generally right of a lot of the bad singers that go on the shows. What it means is that you're not singing the right pitches. Okay, it's not meaningless. It does mean something. It is quite specific. Leaves the learning singer doesn't know how to rectify it. Well, yeah, that's the learning singer's job. You sing bad, it doesn't sound right. Exactly. Well, that depends on the learning singer's perception of advice. When the person tells them you're too pitchy, the singer might go, oh no, but like other people told me I'm alright, and now you're telling me I suck. Well, this is where specifics are important, and perception is important. So someone might perceive that as a blow to your personality, a blow to your character, a blow to you as a person, right? You're singing as a whole. But in reality, it's just a critique on where you're at and what that judge notices that's bad about you. Different judges might pick different things up about you that they might choose to focus on. They might not focus on the pitch, they might focus on your performance, like how you look. They might focus on your vibrato. Everyone's different, right? Depends where they're coming from, but generally if you got a bunch of coaches, they would all probably agree that that person's off pitch. So if that person's going to go, oh, I'm bad, well, that's them being like a bit of a victim and not really looking at it like in the way that, okay, where was I off pitch? That's what I would ask as a student. I would be curious, okay, thanks, I'm pitchy, like where was I pitchy? And then the judge goes, the whole thing. And then you're like, okay, now that might hurt you, right? That you're bad. But you came onto this show to be judged. You know, it's like when people come to my lessons, they never tell me, they never like go into victim mode, like, oh, but you're telling me I sound bad? I don't sound that bad, do I? They never do that because by the time they've come to me for lessons, they're past that. They're past that mentality in their mind that they're going to be upset by what I say to the point that they're going to argue with me about what I say. They're more likely going to be of the mindset, well, they've always, when they come to me in lessons, they've always been of the mindset that they expect me to be specific with them as to what is exactly wrong, which part of the song is pitchy. So I'll say to them, you are off key, and then I'll say, when you got to this part of the song. So let's go to that, and let me show you how. Let's fix that, and I'll show them how to fix it. You know what I mean? They never say to me, oh, but I'm not. That's the kind of people that don't come to lessons, is the kind of people that take it personally or emotionally, but it's not actually an emotional thing at all. It's really just completely all technical. I have expertise and experience in this area. You come to me, you should be wanting me to tell you exactly where you suck. and how badly you suck. You should want me to tell you you're a 1 out of 10 or you're a 7 out of 10 in each singing element, and then you should expect me to tell you here's how to fix it, and then you should expect me to fix it for you and guide you through that fixing process to the point where you are no longer a 1 out of 10, you are now a 3 out of 10. And then after however many hours you become a 5 out of 10, and gradually I get you to a 9 or 10 out of 10. Okay, so people that come to me in lessons, that's where their head is usually at. And it's people that don't come to lessons, is either they can't afford to, which is fair enough, they go for a different avenue, or they don't want to be judged because they're not emotionally ready. And these are the people that I try to motivate to get over it, because like, you need to get over someone telling you you're bad. You need to get over arguing with someone about when they tell you you're bad. You should be able to see, where am I bad, and take that and go, okay, but where am I bad? That's what you should do. Instead of going, oh, it hurts, you're the bad person for saying that to me, Mr. Teacher or Mr. Judge. You should be like, well, where was I bad? And you go, okay, thanks for telling me that. I agree or I don't agree. And you can agree or not, and that's fine. You don't have to agree. Teacher might say to you, you suck. Like, I've seen plenty of judges on the shows say to singers, I don't like when you do this. And there'll be an amazing singer, for example, Guy Sebastian. He got told off for doing runs. This is on Australian Idol. You don't have to do so many runs. He got told off. You're wrecking the song when you do runs, but you're an amazing singer. It's like mad contradicting, right? Now, I would say, respectfully say to that judge, my style is this style where they do lots of runs. I like to interpret the song that way. There's a whole group of people that enjoy music and look forward to runs, interpretations into songs, and don't like the melody to just be sung straight directly as it is. They like it to be changed into this kind of styling. That's why it's called R&B or whatever. It's this genre. It's a style. And then some coaches incorrectly, I would say, tell these singers to not sing that way. But that's the way that these singers sing, and it's correct. It's technically correct, and it fits the style. It's like, I'm not going to tell jazz improvisationalists to not sing that way. I might not like it the way they improv, but it's not right for me to tell them, do not improv that way. It is incorrect, because that's not right. Their style is their style, and it works. It's technically correct. It's not up to me to say, I don't like heavy metal, don't change your vocal tone to screamo or whatever. It's not right for me to say that. So that's where there's wrong and right. It's a bit complicated. Yeah, I thought I'd give you my thoughts on it. Alright, I'll make another video about the natural thing. Okay, see you guys at rnbsinglelessons.com. I'm Rashad Hayek.